CBS News 24/7 continuing coverage as bombs go off in Iran and as Iran launches counterstrikes all throughout the region. Live now to CBS News contributor Elliot Ackerman. Elliot, first of all, thank you so much for your time, and also thank you for your service as a member of America's armed forces in the past. Your perspectives are always so valuable. You know, we're hearing the leader of the United States say 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Is that an oversimplification now as this conflict seems to be spreading?
Well, I think those 4 to 5 week timelines, they could be realistic when it comes to the degradation of the Iranian regime and its military capabilities. But I think the end state in Iran, in terms of the political end game, whether it's regime change or whether it's even different factions emerging to replace the regime, I think that's going to be a much longer game, one that could play out over months and potentially years.
Well, there's also reporting as we see, of course, the strike on the water. We're also seeing airstrikes that now the Kurds just across the border are armed and ready to go, that there's a potential ground game here. How well prepared are the Kurds, and do you think that that could advance the objectives of the United States and Israel, at least in the short term?
Well, it could potentially in the short term. The Kurds are a battle-tested group. The United States has worked with them in other theaters, and they are militarily absolutely effective. I think the question, though, becomes is what role will they play politically in Iran? They are a significant minority group. They are not what the majority of Iranians are. And so the Kurds could act sort of as a military force, but there will have to be something in addition to the Kurds to bring about the type of regime change and stability that I think the Trump administration and the Israelis are looking for.
As you hear the articulation both from Israel and the United States about what that end game is for Iran, tactically speaking, how does that get accomplished?
Well, and I think that's the real challenge. All military operations are fundamentally political at the end of the day. So just because you can achieve something militarily, it doesn't necessarily mean you can reach that political end state. And I think what I'm watching, at least over the next couple weeks, is what is the strategy that the administration puts forward to translate its success on the battlefield in destroying the Iranian regime into political success on the ground, allowing a new government and new civil society to emerge. And thus far, I haven't seen a clear articulation of that strategy, but I think that's what we should all be looking for.
As somebody who studies these things almost scientifically, to say nothing of the fact that you have a military background, what is the messaging to the American people about the urgency of this action? Because we have a lot of people who are skeptical. We're even seeing that in CBS News polling, that they're not even clear what the objectives are or what they should be. What's the narrative? What's the argument for continuing?
Well, I think it's a great point. Again, the politics is not only the politics internal to Iran, but it's also the politics at home. How long will the administration be able to continue military operations with the support of the American people and in a way that doesn't make the war too much of a liability for the Trump administration? And the administration made the decision to sort of act without really selling this war to the American people, without taking it to Congress in a meaningful way. And the consequences of that are that the administration has a much shorter runway to work with. If things don't go well, I think they're going to find they don't really have the patience of the American people, as represented in the polling that you just mentioned.
There is the now what question. Elliot Ackerman, thank you so much. I always appreciate your writings, and anytime you appear, I learn a lot. Thank you very much.